So here, whenever you perform this, whenever you execute this portion, it will start from starting onward. So what is this? What is the thing we specified at the starting? Initially, we need to plot a rectangle. So here we plotted a rectangle here. So here, sorry, yeah, wait a minute. So here, which is it is a rectangle which we obtained. After this, I am clicking on enter button. So whenever you click on enter button, so with the same thing. So here it is this entire frame size will be 200 cross 200. Coming to this thing also, this entire frame size will be 200 cross 200. So here we specified the dimensionality of this square box as well as we specified the dimensionality of this circle only. So after this, after plotting these two things, I performed AND operation between these two things. So here it is the output of AND operation. So what about AND operation? What happens if you perform AND operation? If both are becomes one. So that means if you keep this square box on this rectangle, that is nothing but in this circle. So whenever these 2 points met, so whenever these two values met, whenever this maximum intensity values, those are nothing but white points met, there only will get output. So here you might observe two dots. So here it is one dot, here and one more dot. That is nothing but at these two locations, this square touching this circle. That is nothing but AND operation. After that, if you perform OR operation, what happens? So here, coming to OR operation, if anyone is having maximum intensity value, it will return one only. So here, it is about OR operation. So here it is touching here. There also it will return one only. So here, if we can understand OR AND operation now easily. So here, it is our plot. If you keep both the things at a single graph. So here, at that time, so here it is both are become ones at this location as well as at this location. That's why it is returning the white dot here and white dot here. That is nothing but and it is nothing but or. Coming to XOR, if both are different, so here at this time both are becoming one. That means both the values are same. At this location also both the values are same. On such cases, what it is returning? It is returning 0 as a value. Here 0 means black pixel and white means maximum value, that is nothing but 255. So here it is about XOR operation. Now I am performing NOT operation on this circle. So whenever you perform NOT operation on this circle, so this entire black portion, that is nothing but 0 value becomes 1. That is nothing but that is becoming in white color. After this, here we have intensity value as maximum at these lines, and those are becomes zeros. That is nothing but not 1. That is nothing but we are performing NOT on this rectangle. After this, I am performing NOT on circle. So here it is about NOT operation on the circle. Now, if you click any key, this all windows will be destroyed. Okay, this all windows will be destroyed. This is about plotting different graphs by using OpenCV. So after this, I want to perform blurring and sharpening operations. So for that, we have different kinds of filters. So coming to this OpenCV package, it is a very high-end application. So here in the so they updated a lot of APIs to recognize specific problem. So let us assume nowadays we can observe the pedestrians which are going on the road. So nowadays we are detecting the persons, those who are not wearing the helmet in the traffic. So nowadays we are detecting the vehicle which is going with the faster speed. So based on that, the traffic police is sending the messages to fine kind of things, right? So at the back end of that thing, they are using mostly OpenCV only. So here nowadays, Telangana also try to launch one thing, that is those who are not wearing the mask in publics, they need to find that specific persons. So for that purpose also, we need to use this OpenCV concept only. In the OpenCV, we have two kinds of classifiers. One is Har Cascade classifier, another one is LBF classifier, I think. So here, those are the classifiers which are used to work on image detection kind of problems. If you want to work on image detection kind of problems by using OpenCV, you need to learn the coding regarding Har Cascade, how to use Cascade classifier as well as LBF classifier. So here, so I want to perform blurring and sharpening operation on the image. So how to perform this thing? So initially we need to load the specific image. After that, we need to show the original image. So after that, so whenever you want to perform, if you want to detect something, if you want to perform a specific operation, what we need to do? We need to perform different operations on the image. So here to blur the image, so we need to use which filter? Averaging filter. So here filters. While explaining the convolution, I explained you regarding filter. The purpose of filter is to detect the specific feature from the image. The purpose of the filter is to detect the specific feature from the image. Here also same thing. For to detect the blur, we have blur function. So here, whenever you specify blur function, there one matrix will be there for that specific filter. After that, if you want to perform averaging, so if you want to normalize all the pixels, we have averaging filter. After that, we need to perform convolution operation with this filter. So here it is the filter which I want to define. So here whenever you use blur means, so here it is a blur filter matrix. So here it is a kernel matrix for blurring a specific image. It is a kernel means filter. It is a filter matrix to perform this blur operation. So whenever you perform blur, initially we need to specify the original image. After that, we need to specify the dimensionality of that specific image. So here filter is used. I want to use blur filter, and I want to observe the result after performing this blur operation, and I want to wait till pressing any key. So for blurring the image, it is a matrix like that. To perform sharpening, to sharpening that image, we have this filter. So here, by taking this image, so here there is no function to use to perform sharpening the image directly. For that purpose, filter 2D. Filter 2D means here I'm performing convolutional convolution in 2 dimension. So here I'm convolving this image with the original image, and I want to multiply this original image pixels with this kernel. So after that, I want to observe the image. So I want to observe the sharpened image. So here I'm keeping name as sharpened, and I'm executing this portion. So here it is my original image. After that, I want to observe the blurred image. So here, if you observe, it is a blurred image. After this, I want to observe the sharpened image. So here, it is a sharpened image. So now if you press any key in your laptop, this all windows will be destroyed. So here, this all windows will be destroyed. It is about this thing. So after this, we have one more function, that is erosion and deletion. So erosion means, so we need to detect the edges first, and we need to remove the pixels at the edges. We need to remove the pixels at the edges. So for that purpose, we need to use erosion function. To perform erosion, we need to use erode function. Whereas if you want to perform deletion means we need to tick the boundaries. We need to add the pixels at the boundaries. So for that purpose, we need to perform deletion operation. So here we will see that thing. So for this, we have unique function. So for that, initially I'm reading the image. So here, after reading the image, here I'm specifying the kernel size. So here I want to create a kernel with all the ones with the size of 5 cross 5. So here, after this, so here I'm specifying erode function. So here erode means, what is the purpose of erosion function? To remove the pixels at the edges. So whenever you use the erode function, in this we need to specify the original image first, and which kind of kernel we are using. We are using this kernel, that is nothing but 5 cross 5 matrix, 5 cross 5 filter, which is having all the ones with the unsigned integer 8-bit representation and number of iterations. So here I am specifying iterations as -1. So here -1 means here we are performing we are performing on this operation on the alpha channel. So if you execute this thing, if you see the description by typing shift tab here, you will get to know which feature corresponding to which thing, by using which attribute we are doing which thing. So after this, I want to see the eroded image. That is nothing but pixels removed image at the edges. After that, deletion also same thing. At the deletion also, after performing the delete operation, so here I want to see the both the images. I am running this portion. So here it is my original image. Here it is my original image. After this, I perform binary thresholding operation. After this, sorry, which program we executed now? We need to execute this program. So here it is about the image. So here initially it is our original image. So in the image we have image processing. After this I'm clicking one key. So here it is eroded image. Eroded image means at the edges we are removing the pixels. At the edges, if you remove the pixels from this image will becomes like this. Now I want to perform deletion operation. So deletion operation means we are adding more pixels at the at the edges. So on such cases, image will become like this. It is nothing but erosion as well as deletion operations. After performing erosion and deletion, we are performing different operations to plot the borders. So go through this thing, you can easily understand this portion. So after this, I did not explain you one thing. So to flipping the image, we have basic approach also. So I left one thing previously. So sorry for the interruption. So here we have this image. So here initially I am taking one image. So here I'm reading this image in the grayscale mode. So whenever you want to read the image in the grayscale mode, here you need to specify comma 0, or else if you don't specify anything also, it will read that image. So here after that I want to get height and width of the image. So here directly I want to get these values in the form of tuple. So that's why here I'm saying h comma w. So here h comma w means here I'm saying colon 2, which is nothing but it is considering zeroth value, that is nothing but height. It will consider the one value in the shape, that is nothing but w, and this ending index will be excluded. That means we are not considering the number of channels. So after this I want to calculate the center. I want to calculate the center for width as well as height. So to calculate the center, I am dividing that thing with 2. So here by 2, if you do by 2, you can easily calculate the center of height as well as width. So after this, I want to rotate that image with the 90 degrees angle. After that, I want to rotate 180 degrees angle. After that, I want to rotate that thing with 270 degrees. After that, I want to scale that image. So here, scale the image is nothing but I want to see the image with the original size only. So after this, we have get rotation matrix 2D. We have get rotation matrix 2D function. So here, by taking the center as a reference, based on the center as a reference, I want to draw an angle of 90 degrees. That means I want to take anti-clockwise 90 degrees on the image, and I want to scale that thing as an original image only. So here, after that, after rotating that image, we need to apply this function warp fine. So whenever you apply this function, you will get, so this orientation of this matrix as well as dimensionality of this matrix also changes. Like that, if you want to rotate 180 degrees, here we need to use 180 degrees. Like that, if you want to rotate that image with the 270 degrees, you can rotate in 270 degrees also. After that, I want to visualize original image. After that, if you press any key, this image will be destroyed. After that, while performing different operations also, I want to visualize that image. So here it is my original image. After this, I want to rotate this image by 90 degrees. So here it is 90 degrees rotated image. After this, I want to see the 270 degrees rotated image. So here, sorry, it is 180 degrees rotated image. It is 270 degrees rotated image. So here, whenever you click any key in your laptop, so that will be discarded. It is about the concept called OpenCV. So whenever those who are doing OpenCV project, message me personally. For them, I will take one more class. On that class, I will explain you how to use Her Cascade classifier as well as LBFG classifier. What is the advantages and what are the disadvantages of those projects? So if a lot of guys doing for their projects in OpenCV, for them, so if most of the guys will take projects in OpenCV, so if the on such cases, I will take one more extra class, and on that class, I will explain you this entire OpenCV concept. So with this, I'm concluding the entire syllabus, but I will tell you one important thing. So while working on any machine learning, or if you work on data science, or if you work on artificial intelligence in future, remember one thing: don't try to remember the program. Don't try to remember the program. Simple logic. So follow the simple template and use your common sense. Whenever you got the error, don't afraid. Whenever you got the error, don't afraid. So copy that error, whatever the main error you are getting, copy that error and paste that error in internet. Then you will get lot of suggestions. You will get lot of suggestions. You need to check, you need to choose best option. After choosing that best option, you need to read about that error. After reading that error, they might specify the solution to solve that specific error. So based on that suggestions, you need to modify your program on your own. So those who are working on data science or machine learning, everyone not doing their own programs. They are using normal template, and they are changing the programs or codes which are processing. That is nothing but, so if you want to detect the sequences, that is nothing but sentimental analysis. Previously we use it natural language processing. While using language processing, which kind of errors we are getting? So we are not getting any error there. We are using bag of words concept, as well as count vectorizer concept, as well as we are using term frequency as well as universe document frequency, such kind of scenarios. So if we have less words to process, that will be very good. Whereas if you want to process all the words present in the dictionary, On such cases, if you use natural language processing, that will take a lot of time. So if you process one dictionary, approximately that takes approximately 1 day of time, 2 days of time. To avoid that problem, we need to use recurrent neural networks. In the recurrent neural networks, we have long short-term memory. So if you write description regarding this RNN in the Wikipedia, you will get to know what is recurrent neural networks. Whereas if you want to work on the recurrent neural networks, you need to have GPU in your laptop. Whenever you want to work with the CNN, convolutional neural networks, or else, so whenever you want to work on convolutional neural networks or recurrent neural networks, you need to have GPU to perform operations in faster manner. So don't worry about that thing. In our to our laptops, there is no GPU provided to us. So don't worry about that thing. That is not a big problem. So those who are have not having GPUs, for that we have very good platform, that is Google Colab. So here, try to know about Google Colab also. That is a very good platform to work on huge amount of data sets. So here, the for Google guys providing 15 GB storage to us. So on that 15 GB storage, they are providing virtual GPU also to perform computations easily with the deep learning concept. They are providing virtual GPU to us. Use that Google Colab platform. So whenever you want to work on CNN or RNN, go through that Google Colab platform. Anyone can use that platform for freely. Don't worry about that thing. Don't feel like my laptop is not supporting GPU, such kind of things. So coming to next thing, we can perform deep learning operations by using two things, two frameworks. One is the PyTorch, another one is the TensorFlow. So here, coming to our course, I will explain you both CNN as well as ANN by taking the TensorFlow only. That is a very good framework. That's why I explained with that thing. Whereas if you want to work on feature, you can work with the PyTorch also. The PyTorch syntax will be similar to our basic NumPy arrays only. Don't worry about that thing. So whereas if you want to work with the TensorFlow at the back end, if you want to work on GPU, then we need to use Theano also. That is about deep learning. So coming to your project, wherever you got the doubts, you can ask me at any time. Whereas coming to your admission, so certification complete fee payment, so you need to pay complete fee till today night itself. So I requested to sir a lot. That's why he accepted my request. That's why he is providing that offer. So utilize that offer perfectly. Thank you. With this, I am concluding. So from the Monday onwards, I will take classes to the project wise. So based